Justin!
Yes?
You asked your dad to take you to your mom's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Why?
I haven't seen her in a while, and I thought that tomorrow would be a good time to see her.
Why on Mother's Day?
Because that's my mom.
I said, who am I to you?
My dad's wife.
Are you trying to be funny?
No.
Well, let me get this straight. The woman that has been absent, has not showed up to a practice, has not showed up to a game, has not helped you with a homework assignment, has not been around when you have been sick. That's the person that you want to spend Mother's Day with? Do I mean nothing? Oh, silence. I've been more of a mother to you than she has ever been. You're gonna stand there and cry right now?
My mom.
That is awful. She's not your mom.
Yes, she is.
Some of y'all content creators are bold as fuck when it comes to this like satire content and shit, because the way I flew to that woman's page to give her a fucking piece of my mind, but then I read her bio and basically everything she does is like fake or satire. Bro, you had me going. Some of y'all be so incredibly believable, so serious. Like, it's time to get off this app for the fucking night because my heart is still pounding. I was so pissed off. Yo, y'all some dangerous, dangerous people. I could only imagine the hate you get, but great actress.
And it's really not what you say, it's how you say it. I do feel like her points was valid, but I feel like the way she was talking to him is what really pissed me off. I don't know if I'm too deep off of TikTok streets, y'all on the same street as me, but I'm going to run this clip by y'all, give you a thank piece, and then we're going to talk about it in the comments.
This little boy really... Justin!
Yes?
You asked your dad to take you to your mom's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Why?
I haven't seen her in a while, and I thought that tomorrow would be a good time to see her.
Why on Mother's Day?
Because that's my mom.
Are you serious right now? Who am I to you?
My dad's wife.
I didn't ask you who I was to your father. I said, who am I to you?
My dad's wife.
Are you trying to be funny?
No.
Let me get this straight. The woman that has been absent has not showed up to a...
So then she goes on to let him know that his mom has been absent. She has stepped up in the mom's place, and that she just real disappointed that he wanted to go see his mom because she is his mom. And basically was letting him know, like, your mom is never there. Now, I can honestly say I feel like as a stepmom that's stepping up, she said the mom don't come around at all. I watched a few more of her videos, and she was explaining why she addressed him the way she did. I feel like it wasn't that she addressed him. I think it was her tone. Like, sometimes you got to sit kids down and let them know why you feel the way you feel, as, you know, why you feel that. But you can't force somebody to not like they, you know, biological mom. You got to let them experience that for themselves. But how do y'all feel about this? Let's talk about this in the comments.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Key. Look, my voice is kind of coming back. I'm working it out, y'all. I done did my hair so I wouldn't feel so bad. I got to take these lashes off so I can put a whole new set on and feel like something because I've been out of commission. But I'm here to bring y'all the TikTok story so you ain't got to stroll. I stroll so you don't have to. My name is Key. Like, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back. If you've been here before... Excuse me, y'all. I told you I'm sick. My nose is running. Let me get into it. So, y'all, let me know what y'all think about how the stepmom is acting towards her stepson. And my personal thoughts about it, I do understand her side. It's just how she came off. It's always a way of how you say things. And at the end of the day, that's still his mom, and he still needs to spend time with her as well. I know that you're the priority. I know that you are priority, you know, because you're taking care. You're doing the things that you're supposed to. But in the same sense, you know, it is what it is. People need to know their parents. They need to know where they got certain things from. And they also want to spend time because you can't get time back. And you just got to understand. And it's unfortunate. But all you can do is love this child and give them all that you can. So let's get into the video.
Let's start the show.
You used that young man, vulnerable, pain, and trauma, recorded it, and then posted it. Obviously, you don't realize that there are some kids who just gonna always want the love of that biological mother. Yes, you have been there through sickness, health, school, all that. But you miss that pain of wanting that mother's love, and in some case, father's love. Kids grow up being adopted, and once they reach adult, they want to find out who that mother is because they want to know, why don't you love me? They want to connect that bond that was in birth in their womb. They want to know what happened, why you don't have that love. And instead of you just stand there and support him, because when he get around that mom, either she gonna show him love or she gonna show him hurt. And as he get older and wiser, he's going to remember who was there for him. But instead, you missed a moment to show him that you love him regardless. You missed a moment of love and support, and you added trauma to his pain because your feelings was hurt. The adult feeling was hurt. That is a child that wants a mother's love that no matter what, you can't replace.
I'm getting a lot of heat for the last video that I posted regarding my stepson and not understanding why he wanted to spend Mother's Day with his biological mother, who is not present and has not been present in his life. This is not coming from jealousy. This is coming from seeing this child go through so much behind this woman who does not care for her own child. Okay? And I'm going to show you why I get so irritated, because when he hurts, I hurt. Justin, you've been out there for 2 hours. Come inside, please. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come inside. Come on.
Why doesn't my mom love me?
Come here. I want you. Okay? Go ahead. Get dressed so that we can go out. Okay?
Yes?
You asked your dad to take you to your mom's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Why?
I haven't seen her in a while, and I thought that tomorrow would be a good time to see her.
Why on Mother's Day?
Because that's my mom.
Are you serious right now?
So this stepmom is getting a lot of hate, y'all, on the internet because she asked her stepson, like, why do you all of a sudden want to go by your mama for Mother's Day when you haven't been around your mom? And the boy just simply saying, like, look, at the end of the day, that's my mama. I want to go. This is for the stepmom and all the stepmoms and dads out here, like, they really care for their stepkids, right? You're never going to win that battle with their parent, with their mom or their dad, no matter how much of a piece of shit they are. Those kids will grow up and they will appreciate you. In these young stages, these young ages, it's going to hurt. Because you're not going to understand why they keep wanting to go by their parent and go by their parent when their parent clearly does not want to be bothered with their child. You're going to witness that, and you're going to continue to love that child like it's your own. You're going to continue to pour into that child like it's your own. But I guarantee you, when that child gets older and starts living life, that child is going to appreciate you, and you're going to get your flowers from that child. Until then, just respect your stepchild boundaries. If they want to be with that neglecting parent, let them go. Because they're going to learn. They're going to learn. And I can't imagine how that stepmama feel. And so all the people coming for that woman, until you have loved a child as if it was your own, you wipe the tears from that child's eyes when their parent is the one that caused them to cry, you are not going to feel how she coming, especially when it's genuine love. When you love your child, you talk to them a certain way. I could yell at them. I could discipline them because I love them. I'm not here to bully them. But as a step parent, listen, I was a stepmom, right? A good stepmom. But after I left that relationship, I promised myself I wasn't gonna get with no more men that had children, and I didn't. Me and my husband had our own little family. But, shout out to that stepmama for loving her stepson, but let him go be with his mom if that's what he wants. That's his right, because that is his mom.
So let me get this straight. I'm wrong for yelling. I'm wrong.
Ma'am, you made that moment about you. You made that whole entire moment about you, when that moment was about your son. That's the issue, and you're not getting it. Every one of your comments are trying to tell you you're wrong. Everyone in the comments is trying to tell you that you're not considering his feelings. But you made that moment about you. No parent should tell their children anything bad about their actual biological parent. Nobody. No step parent should do that or anything. But you shamed his mother in front of him. And that's one of the issues as well. You were wrong, but you're not getting it. And you are telling everyone on the internet, trying to justify and try to explain yourself in multiple videos. You're wrong. And you need to accept that. Like, think about it.
And it's really not what you say, it's how you say it. I do feel like her points was valid, but I feel like the way she was talking to him is what really pissed me off. I don't know if I'm too deep off of TikTok streets. Y'all don't saying street to me, but I'm going to run this clip by y'all, give you a thank piece, and then we're going to talk about it in the comments.
Who am I to you? Are you trying to be funny? Let me get this straight. The woman that has been absent has not showed up to a...
So then she goes on to let him know that his mom has been absent. She has stepped up in the mom's place, and that she just real disappointed that he wanted to go see his mom because she is his mom. And basically was letting him know, like, your mom is never there. Now, I can honestly say I feel like as a stepmom that's stepping up, she said the mom don't come around at all. I watched a few more of her videos, and she was explaining why she addressed him the way she did. I feel like it wasn't that she addressed him. I think it was her tone. Like, sometimes you got to sit kids down and let them know why you feel the way you feel, as you know, why you feel that. But you can't force somebody to not like they, you know, biological mom. You got to let them experience that for themselves. But how do y'all feel about this? Let's talk about this in the comments.
Little boy, really? Justin!
Yes?
You asked your dad to take you to your mom's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Why?
I haven't seen her in a while, and I thought that tomorrow would be a good time to see her.
Why on Mother's Day? Are you serious right now?
No, bitch, are you serious right now? I'm hoping that's rage bait. I was hoping it was rage bait, and like they're just trolling to get views. She was dead ass. That was real as fuck. That was a genuine conversation. She was genuinely upset that he wanted to see his real mother on Mother's Day, my nigga. Like, holy shit, God forbid he wants to see his real mother on fucking Mother's Day, bro. And then if you read the caption, it says that she's only been in this nigga life, the little nigga life, for 10 months. You're getting mad?
You've been in his life for 10 months. That's his mother, bitch.
What are you talking about, bro? I'm mad as fuck.
I keep trying to make this video and I'm getting a little wound up. And this is a message to the stepmom on TikTok who is shaming her young stepson because he wanted to see his mother on Mother's Day. And I probably wouldn't even be making this video if I hadn't seen the second video that she posted now defending her actions on Mother's Day, where she basically sat there and shamed this boy because he wanted to see his mom on Mother's Day. And she's talking about how she just keeps let him down and all the things that I've done for you and how do you think that makes me feel and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, ma'am, nobody cares how you feel. This is a boy who misses his mother. And it doesn't matter what his mother has done. Like, that's a bond that he has with her. And for him to express that he wants her to see her, and then for you to make him feel like that and shame him like that, not just shame him, but do it publicly, and then come on and defend it by showing a video of him waiting for his mom for 2 hours to come pick him up. Look, I get it. I get that you don't want to see that kid's heart broken, but like his heart's broken and he's experiencing that trauma, and you're re-traumatizing him and you're making him responsible for how you're feeling. Get over yourself. And look, I've been a stepmom. I get it. My kids had a stepmom. I had a stepmom. Like, I saw my mom be a stepmom. Like, I've seen all the stepmom dynamics. I know how much it sucks and how great it can be all at the same time, and how little credit you're going to get for anything that you're doing. And you know what? Like, if that's what you're in it for, then you don't need to be trying. Like, let that kid go back to his mama, or let him go live with his grandma, or somebody who's going to actually support him. Ma'am.
So I'm sure y'all have seen the video of a mom coming on here and yelling at her stepson because he wanted to see his mother on Mother's Day. And I want to address something, because that video needs to be talked about. And it's getting talked about, but I feel like a lot of people aren't understanding it in the right way. I am coming from this as a child who was adopted, who did have a relationship with her birth mom because my adopted mom made that possible. And I am coming from this as a stepmom, okay? And a mom to my own children. I'm a mom, I'm a stepmom, and I'm an adopted kid. And I had step-parents. There is something that most people don't understand. You can love your child as if they are their own. That is a fact. And you should love a child as if they are your own if you are going to be a step-parent. If you cannot love your stepchild the same way you love your birth kids, do not become a step-parent. I will stress that a million times because you don't understand the damage that is done to a kid if you treat your own birth children different than your stepchildren. That is a very big problem. Here is where birth parents and step parents end up in really crappy situations. You do not ever put a child in between. You don't. You don't trash the other parent in front of a child ever. I don't care if it's with stepchild. I don't care if it's with birth mom. You do not trash another parent in front of their child, because what you will do and what you are doing is pushing that child away. And I will speak from my own experience. I saw my birth mom probably once a month in the beginning stages, and then my mom would invite her over for holidays. Mind you, I was not allowed to see my mom. My birth mom signed her rights away and technically was not allowed to contact me until I turned 18. My adopted mom wasn't okay with that. She wanted me to know my birth family from the get-go, and she wanted me to understand that I have two moms. And she made that possible when she didn't have to. Were there times that my birth mom did not show up for me? Yeah. Were there times that my birth mom did show up and then proceed to talk crap about my mom? Yeah. And as a teenager, that seemed all fine and dandy because as a teenager, I was on whoever's side was on my side at that current time and space. That is a fact. Whoever I was mad at that day, I expected the other one to be on my side. It was just fact. But I can tell you what it didn't do when I became an adult and I matured. Guess who lost the relationship with me because I realized that for years I was being pinned against the other one? My birth mom. Because my birth mom would pin me against my adopted mom and be like, well, I'm your mom, she's trash, da da da. But my adopted mom is trash, but she took me in when you couldn't take care of me. My adopted mom is trash because she put a roof over my head when you couldn't. My adopted mom said, I want you and I'm going to take care of you for the next 18 years by adopting you when you signed your rights away. But she's the one that's trash. Now, my adopted mom was not innocent, and we have had many, many conversations. I have cut off all of my parents in my life until our relationship could get to a healthy place. And there were times that I could feel my mom's pain when I would tell her that she wasn't my mom and that she didn't deserve to be my mom and all of the things. All of things that I have apologized since becoming an adult because it clicked to me. No, she did everything she could. Did she do everything she could in always the best way? No. But parents are learning as they grow. That's just a fact. You learn every day as your child changes. And if anybody knows that, it's a toddler parent, which is me. Because your children are constantly changing, always having an attitude, always being sassy. Literally. And the fact of the matter is, you learn what works for your children and you learn what doesn't. It's a process. But what I don't like is someone telling stepmoms they're not moms. Because sometimes a stepmom is literally what they are. The mom that stepped up, or the step parent in general, because this applies to dads too. It is the parent that stepped up. Now, there are times that there are co-parenting relationships, but I can tell you this, look at how many split families you see where the parents on the step sides hate each other. Look at those relationships and look how much damage is done to that kid. But when you have a healthy co-parenting relationship where regardless of their dynamic, they don't bring that around the kid has no idea, look how healthy that kid turns out. Because that is what matters. A child deserves both parents. And If those parents split, they deserve the parenting of the step parents. It is on the parent to pick the correct step parent to bring into a child's life, that's for sure. But it is on the parents to keep parent problems, not children's problems. You don't yell at a child because they want to go see their mom on mommy's day. You don't yell at a child because you're mad that they didn't think about you because their mom doesn't show up. No, what you do is you still stand there with that kid as he's waiting 2 hours and 45 minutes, I think she said, waiting for his mom. And when he comes back in, you love him, you care for him, you do whatever you can to make sure that that kid feels loved after he was betrayed. Because by doing that, what you are showing him is that he is loved, he is wanted, and he is going to be okay. But you yelling at him and cussing him out for wanting that relationship, all you're going to do is push that kid away from you. He'll realize that you were the one that was there when his mom wasn't, but you are always going to be remembered as the person who continued to reiterate to him that his mama didn't want him. And that is not love. That is not nurture. That is not kindness. And when you wonder why your child is separating from you, remember that. Because no child deserves to get yelled at for wanting a relationship and wanting the love from their parent. A child should want the love from their parent. The day your child doesn't want your love anymore, self-reflect, cry in a corner, because that is probably the saddest moment in a parent's life, to realize their child wants nothing to do with them. I know it broke my mom's heart when I cut her off. It broke her, and my reasons were valid because it was boundaries. But at the end of the day, she fixed what I needed her to fix in order to be in my life. Because the boundaries were non-negotiable for me. I was not going to put my kids through a situation that was dangerous for me. No, I would never do that. And my mom understood that. It was dangerous for my mom, it was dangerous for me, and it was not going to be dangerous for my kids. So my mom figured it out, realized how dangerous it was, and she got herself out. So, no, I will not sit here and say she's wrong for loving her child and not wanting to see her stepson hurt. What she's wrong for is how she talked to that child and how she trashed his mother and how you reiterated to his face that his mom has never been there. You don't do that. She will prove that to him all on his own. Your job is to love him and care for him no matter what. And that is the job of any parent. Any parent, whether that's adopted, step, foster, your job is to show a child love so they do not end up broken by the system and broken because somebody won't love them the way they need to be loved. You do not rub that in a child's face. You do not make it about you, especially on a day like Mother's Day. You're grateful for the relationship that you do have, but you also understand that while you are the mom that stepped up, he still has a mom that he's begging for love. And she's not going to give it to him. And you know that. But you will be there when she continuously lets him down. And you will feel that pain in private, not in front of that child. You talk to your husband about it. You go to your husband in private about it. You don't take it out on the kid. That's not fair. That kid did nothing to deserve that yelling. And for any step parents out there, you are the step parent. You are the parent that stepped up in relationships where the mom wants nothing or the dad wants nothing. But what you don't get to do is put the child in the middle. But also people need to stop saying that step parents aren't parents, because they are. Step parents are just as much parents as birth parents, and sometimes even better of a parent. So keep that in mind when y'all are out here on TikTok talking about, you're not his mom. She's his mom. She just handled it wrong. Very wrong. Love y'all.
You already know what time it is.
Let's go.
Hit subscribe, don't wait, join the vibe right now. We on the road to 5K, yeah, we leveling up loud. Tap that button, be a part of the glow. 5K strong.
Let's go.